Oh, he's gone.
Right.
He's just
Ah,
run
he just
away.
ran away. All right. So here we are. We are in a session of Crash Landing. I'm gonna be working here with Elfie and going through the first maybe little while of this game. My point with bringing Elfie in here was I wanted to kind of have a discussion with him on what he thought about this as a STEM type project. And the reason being is because I'm sweating too. Yes, is because I've played so much of this and I've started over and over so many times, redesigning, rethinking, and replanning the things I've done because the first time I did it didn't work. So we've actually managed to make it through our first night, even though we are sweating and almost dying because we're at 72 degrees. And we'll probably die while I finish talking about this. But what do you think, Elfie? I mean, is this something that if the whole idea is for kids to find a problem, brainstorm solutions, test the solutions, and then revisit it, I mean, you're almost doing that in this kind of a map on a minute by minute, second to second basis. You know,
Well,
I mean,
yeah, no, I think you're dead right. I mean, I haven't played this myself, so I've only watched other people play it on YouTube, so I know a little bit about it. But what you haven't shown people is the quest book. But I think you might want to get these quests rolling. So,
since we don't die.
so I'll show my people
Okay.
the quest book. So if we go back
Oh
now
wow! Something just hit me.
to the start, yeah, it was the creeper exploding. So the whole idea here is this quest book actually puts in quests that you're able to do. So Shane just completed this gathering supplies quest where he had to get two fluid transposers, which are the things you saw him pull off the wall here.
Did you
so
get yours,
this,
by the way?
yeah, it's detected it. So
Okay, good.
I haven't claimed the reward though.
Okay.
Do I just do that?
Yep. Go ahead and claim your reward. I just did it. I didn't know if you had to put them back for you so that you could claim it too. So.
No, I've got it. So I'm going to just put water bottles in my camel pack. Is that the best way to start?
Yep. Yep. So basically, I mean, obviously, we just put water bottles in our camel packs. We've watched videos. I've played this. I know to do that. But even that, I died 3 times the first time I played this before I realized I was supposed to do that. So
All
it's a
right,
lot
so
about
now,
taking
yeah,
in what's around you and evaluating.
hydration is going back up, so I'm back up to 60%. Shane just ripped off the gun, and I can hear so many spiders on the roof. Oh, here's the gun. I don't have any needles though. Nice camelback.
Thank you.
Alright, so that's one issue. Semi-sorted. Right, so we've now got water, but if I have a look in my inventory, you can see I'm already down 1/4 of the way down my water supply. So we're going to need to work out a way to get a relatively renewable water supply. Now, I think if we have a look in the quest book, this will help us get there. So the next bit is the very basics. So if I can get 1 dust, 1 bone meal, and 1 water bottle, we can get dirt, bone meal, and 2 water bottles. So that's a pretty good deal. We double our water for getting a bit of dust and some bone meal. And I think I can sneak down here and grab some dust. Can you op me?
Oh,
Spawn protection's on.
1 sec.
Ah,
What do you need?
I need to be opt. Spawn protection is on.
Is it?
Yeah, I can't dig.
Oh, well. That sucks to be you then. Well, opping you is not going to be any good. Now you got free reign to do whatever you want.
I was just going to steal that bit of dust. So what else did we need? Bone meal. How are you going to get bone meal? Are there bones out there, or have we already missed that?
Well, you could come out here and check around and see if there's anything still alive, but I'm just trying to survive this darn thing. Now,
I
I
did see some
hear
arrows.
something. So, speaking of, like I said, speaking of this as a STEM project or something where you have to kind of evaluate what's around you and come up with a solution for a problem. And a lot of the problems are immediate. Some of them are more long term. One of the things was I came up with this entranceway because now when the spider's on the roof, I can actually see where they are more accurately.
And they can't hit you because
And they
of
can't
their...
hit you because
well,
I'm
yeah,
right. And then when I just seal this
normal
up when I'm
spiders.
and I lock you out.
So there's no bones floating around anywhere up here. We took too long talking. So we're going to have to wait for another night. Do you want some more dust? Have we got a... we can't get a sieve, can we?
We do have one, yes.
We've got a sieve already?
We start with one, yeah.
Okay, so I might just gather some dust. So the other thing is there is nothing in... Well, there are cities in this world, custom-built cities, but as far as ores and everything, there is nothing. Is that pretty much right, Shane?
Pretty much, yes.
So
everything is done through sifting.
Yes, so there is a system in place that allows you to get all the ores and things you need through that. So it's to actually be able to play this, I think, and be able to play it properly, you actually need to do quite a bit of research. I know one of the YouTubers I watched did absolutely no research and just winged it completely, and did okay, but a lot of facepalm moments because I'd seen someone else play it who had done his research and had played Agrarian Skies, so he knew how a lot of this mod pack sort of tied together and played. So, Shane, I'm starting to get hungry.
Oh, okay. Well, should be some beef down there somewhere, or some dried zombie brains, or all those good things you get to eat.
That's sort of the second thing we need to talk about, is there's actually a mod pack in here that really impacts on the way hunger works and the way food works. So do you want to try and explain what happens there?
Yeah, so hunger, you're probably getting a little more hungry than I am, but hunger happens, there's depreciating value for food. So for instance, if I eat this beef jerky here, okay, watch the bottom of my food bar, you'll see how it's glowing kind of yellow on the far right side. It's also showing me how much this will feed me right now. If I eat one of these, you see now that the yellow bar starts, the yellow outline to my food is increasing, means it's going to be less effective the next time I eat it. And if I actually open up my inventory and hover over it, it'll tell me that I have eaten this. Diminishing returns will start after eating any food 35 more times. And so and so. And that becomes into play a lot more as you start playing the game, because you have to not just buy one type of food like you would in Minecraft, get wheat or something, and continually just eat wheat. Eat bread. You actually have to come up with other ways to get other types of food, a variety of food, otherwise you will die. At some point, the food becomes useless.
So it's like real nutrition per se. You need to get a different variety of food.
Yeah.
Now, we had a few creepers blow up at night. Do you know how to stop that? That's an issue. It's going to hurt us every time.
So this definitely was one of those things where my first night I sat inside of there shaking and scared, like everybody who plays this should be, and I realized that I should have been doing something about that. I should have been.
Well, it's about to turn night, so you either want to do it right now or you want to disappear. You've already done it.
I'm already working on it. Yeah. So what I am working on is this is not fire, or this is not lava. It's called pyrotheum, I believe.
Yeah, blazing or something.
Pyrotheum. Oh yes, and you see it lights up. It lights up the blocks around it, and it has to be too deep above it to not light it up. So what I've done is, of course, I've blocked it in there. It's still going to light up a couple of things, but hopefully what's not going to happen is they will continually explode overnight, because as you can see, they've already made a huge crater under here. And we better get inside.
Should be off. Yeah, mob briefing should be off too, apparently.
It actually should be, but I've actually played it. I've been playing it just with it on. I don't know. It adds that extra advantage of challenge, I guess, to me. But
so is there food in there? Yes, there's some beef jerky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going to take a couple of them.
Yep.
So diminishing returns. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just having a look at that.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. So I'm going to have an eat or two of them. And you're starting to sieve, are you? Now, one thing I have heard, Shane.
Yes.
Is this will prevent it taking up all of your hunger.
What's that? A chair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what? Sit in it?
Yep, and then sift that way.
Interesting.
Apparently that stops it taking up your hunger. Oh, I don't know. That's just what I.
Right, right.
What's that on top? Ah, crafting station. Okay.
It's all about confined spaces right now, so you know you also have to find creative ways of putting your stuff in places. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sieving, and you see that over there, there's pieces of things dropping out that Alfie's going to go pick up.
I'll collect them.
And they're the different ores and stuff. So
what are we needing? We need bone meal.
We need as much. Well, we need bone meal, but we also need as much stones as possible. Actually, we need 24 stones to make a oven.
Okay, so we've got 1 dust, bone meal, and I've got a water bottle. So we can turn that in as soon as I get bone meal, and I can turn that in right now.
Okay.
So if I now hit manual submit, so I've got dust, bone meal, and a water bottle, then I can claim the reward. And Shane can also claim the reward from his end as well.
Right, which is a setting that you can do it here. Either you get individual rewards, or only one of you can reclaim it. But since there's 2 of us in here trying to live on the same resource, we figured we'd give ourselves a break.
Top up my camelback. Have you topped up yours?
I have not. So, you see the quests that are blinking are the ones I can do, and then you have the ones that are purple are the ones that I've already done, so I can claim that reward, as Elfie has already claimed this one too. So I'll get dirt, bone meal, and water bottles.
So now we need a supply of stone, obviously.
Yes.
And there's an egg. That's got to be a win.
Food, any kind of food is a win for sure. But
and we also need saplings. So I think there's a quest for a sapling, isn't there, from memory?
Yes. Well, actually, no. There's now's when we have to make a choice. Are we going to go through this hard? Or are we going to go through this easy? So.
Well, the easy one is only going. Oh no, because we both claim that.
Okay, so the easy one is going to provide us with a shell constructor, which is our extra life, or not doesn't immediately provide us with an extra life, but it provides us a way to become extra life. 2 saplings, 2 types of saplings, some extra ammo, a stack of bone meal, and some food. The hard mode provides you with one thing of ammo, 8 bone meal, and a spruce tree and a birch tree, but nothing else. Which is the way when I played it in a single mode, I played it the hard way, but. I don't know. I was also very, very careful when I was doing things.
So basically, we now need to work out which way we want to go.
Exactly.
So in terms of solving a problem here, how are we going to go about it? I mean, what are the pros and cons? Is that sort of things you wanted to talk about? So we've got an option in front of us.
Right.
We've got a task.
Mm-hmm.
How do we go about making sure the task we do fulfills the requirements for A, that task, and B, long-term survival of this map?
Right. So, like I said, I played it hard mode, and I've survived quite a while, so I could actually give myself, a compound I was safe in, and I could produce things and stuff. So it's not overly brutally hard, I guess. We're not going to spend a lot of time diving if we are careful. There are a couple of times I went into the red, though, with my temperature and my thirst, but with 2 of us, I'm guessing we could do everything twice as fast.
In theory.
In theory, yes. So my vote is to do the hard route, and only because it will provide us with more of those challenges and more of those problem-solving, critical thinking type activities.
No, I'm happy. So. I've seen someone play it hard and only die a couple of times so far, so...
Okay, I'm manually oh wait, I need dust. Save me one of those dust there if you can. Throw one over here.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. Manual submit it.
I forgot this mod pack had the give you the, like, if you run out of something in your inventory, it'll just give you another stack of it if you've got it.
Yes.
So I scrolled over to my next stack of dust.
I can't remember what that's the inventory tweaks, I believe.
Inventory tweaks, yeah, it sounds about right. So I'm doing fine on temperature, I'm doing fine on water. I assume I'm doing fine on food because I'm sitting down doing nothing.
Again, jeez.
It's what I spend my life doing, isn't it?
Alright, so...
what's the next order of business?
The next order of business is to create a dirty water bottle. So this is one way to provide. So again, water is of value, and of course, I'm sure there's people watching going, he's got a water source right over there. Why doesn't he drink it? If we were to use our empty water bottles and go into that water source, we would actually get salt water, which would then, of course, dehydrate us. So, not a good thing. So,
But
what
you can get rid of that in a furnace, but you lose the bottle.
you lose the well, no, if you so for instance, okay, right now, I'm going to. Did I do that correctly? Wait, what the quest actually says I need to get a dirty water bottle. A dirty water bottle is made, if I'm not mistaken, by putting. I thought it was dirt and water.
I thought it was just dirt and water. No, it's just dirt and an empty bottle.
Dirt and an empty bottle. That's what it is. Okay, there we go. Dirty water bottle. So now I have one. We can submit that one. Manually submit. Okay. Claim the reward. That'll get us dirt and an extra water bottle. Always good.
Okay, so we actually come out good there.
Yep. Now the next one, it has been suggested the purified. Oh, sorry, not purified water.
There's an invisible spider out there.
Is there a invisible spider out there? That's not good.
Now ask me how I saw it.
It's invisible. The next one says that we're supposed to create our stove and boil this dirty water to then make a clean water, just regular water bottle. But I'm actually going to submit. Fuel? Well, right now I have got nothing, and we haven't planted any trees. So what I'm going to do is use up one of my water bottles, manually submit this, because it gives me back a cold water bottle anyway.
But those cold water bottles don't go in the camelbacks.
No, the cold water bottles will kind of take you from a really low temperature and bring you back up to normal real fast, but they don't
really high temperature.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, really high temperature. Yes. That's good. I think my backpack's getting full here. Let me try to dump some of this stuff in here. Oh, we have 26 stones. Excellent. So
I've got 5 here, so
I'm going to dump these and actually make our furnace. So as soon as I get rid of this, we have some string, some redstone.
Now, do I need to keep any dust for anything? Have we got enough dust out there for...
Nope, we're going to have... I think the entire planet is made of dust, so we'll be okay.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to make a slab furnace. Again, Alfie and I have played this game.
Why?
We know the reason I'm making a slab furnace is because I only need 6 pieces of cobblestone to make that. If I was going to make a regular furnace, I would need 8. So right there is a decision. If somebody was doing the research on the wiki page, for the Minecraft wiki page is what I'm suggesting. Oh, there you can see the invisible spiders are in the corner of my eye here. You could see the 2 different types of furnaces, which, again, has me believing that this is something where if kids are having to research better ways to survive, I just think that it's got so many great components to it. And yes, I can already hear somebody saying, yeah, but there's monsters out there and they're going to try to kill the kids and the kids may die. And yes, you're right. I can't deny that. They are going to probably perish at some point. But it's not the perishing that's the problem. It's what decisions could you have made, right?
Yeah, and that's sort of like prototyping. I mean, you're prototyping a method of survival. Okay, it didn't work. What went wrong?
Right. And isn't that you dying is basically your prototype dying, right? Not you personally. I mean,
that's right.
So to me, I just think that's awesome.
Problem solving, and I mean, we've been talking a lot about Steam lately, and the loop thing you showed me ages ago.
The design process,
design process.
Design and engineering process.
You find a problem. So go through that again. You define the problem.
Yep. Then we brainstorm and then select a solution from your brainstorming.
Yep.
And then you build a model of it, or you model it, test it, and then you reflect and redesign.
Okay, so it's now morning, so we probably should.
So we can start doing this now. We can actually gonna have to go out here and clean around our. So I don't know if you want to grab the gun, you can shoot things, and I'll try to beat them with my. Again, someone's gonna get upset with that, but I'm just.
How do I load the gun?
The first time you right click to shoot it, it'll say put your ammo in here.
Okay.
Okay, here comes Creeper, coming to visit you. Oh, and by the way, friendly fire is on. Oh no! And I'm dead. Great backup there, buddy.
Hey, You hit me about 4 times. Don't start with me. So can you respawn?
Let's see. Nope. It says you cannot respawn in hardcore mode. Leave server. Being kicked out.
So that's it.
That's it. That's
Game
our
over
first
for Shane.
episode for me. Yep.
Right.
First and last.
All right.
So
let's talk about it. I mean, that's
yeah.
the whole process here. Now, I'm on my own. I have no idea where to go from here. But
Good luck.
no, I mean, I will stop here and we'll restart, won't we?
Right. Yes, definitely.
So
yeah.
let's talk about that. I'm gonna keep in the recording here.
Okay.
And you can just talk over a blank screen. So what are we going to do different next time?
That's all I can see.
Because you're dead, right?
Yeah.
So you're here.
So, okay, here's a perfect opportunity. So, first thing we talked about, the reason I died. Let's look at that, okay? Because someone's going to say, yeah, but see, now you're dead. Now it's no fun for the kids. The team can just start over. I'm kind of in my head playing with this, whether the student does it single, multiplayer, small teams even, because this map will take up to 20 students, which is pretty awesome. But anyway,
how big of a team are you talking? Let's start there.
Well,
because I couldn't see this being more than 4 to 5 per team. I could see it getting really painful with
chaotic,
more than 4 to 5 people, and a case of too many chiefs.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
And
honestly,
it would have to be a really good set of kids to achieve that, I think.
Yeah. I'm honestly thinking 2, to be honest, 2 to 4 at most.
Yep.
And then my room is set up kind of like that where it works out really well. I think 2 would be optimal because you're, again, too many cooks in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
And initially trying to, I could even see running this twice. First time with pairs, the second time with all 4 of them, maybe, and seeing how that goes. Because each of them is going to have their own solutions for certain things, and when they get together as a single team that crash landed on this planet, imagine the kind of power that they could have with powerful discussions they could have, and of course they'd have to do these discussions awfully fast because you could be dead any second. As I was. Well, I could be, apparently, yes. But okay, so like we were just talking about, here's a great thing where we both wanted to go out the door, right? Clearly, we should have had some type of an attack plan for coming out there. You know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't both have gone out there because I'm hitting you, you're hitting me, and then, of course, the spider comes along and we're dead, or I'm dead, right?
Well, that's the other thing. See, I wasn't aware of, or not so much aware of, the one-wide spiders.
Right. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I know of, this door would be safe for normal Minecraft spiders, but that mini spider,
just ran right through,
ran right through, and then you said, and it was quite, here comes a creeper for you, and I'm thinking, well, why are you backing up? He's going to come straight in the door, but there was no time to actually yell at you about that.
Right.
So, I mean, how are we going to prevent that happening next time? Are we going to have 2 exits? Are we going to have to discuss a plan prior? Because that seems like a waste of time and or water and or hunger. I mean, so let's talk about how we go from here.
Well, okay, so in my own single player game, for instance, one of the things that we didn't do that we should have in the beginning, or we should have tried to do, was actually planting a tree. Because, and then of course, so what, you plant a tree. But planting the tree would have given us wood. We would have been able to create a door.
Yes, but we only just got the sapling that night. So that was my plan for today, was to go and do that.
Right. So all of that stuff that we have accomplished so far today, or in the 2 days, I guess, that we played, I accomplished alone in the first 10 minutes before nighttime even hit. Not only that, I was also able to create a one-wide barrier around my building in a fairly, basically an outline of a fort, that caused them to not have as many things be able to get directly to me.
Okay.
Those types of things, and that's of course us coordinating, right? I mean, one of us could be building that while the other one's sealing up that pyrotheum and getting some dust.
Stuff like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. So, how much dust did you come away with from that night? Let's talk about actual nitty-gritties here.
Because my focus was to get that pyrotheum, I knew about the pyrotheum. I was trying to clear that up. I only came out with 20 dust.
Okay, because I came out with almost 3 stacks.
Okay.
Now I had about half a stack left over. So realistically, to keep us going all night, 2 stacks.
Right. Each of us. Yeah.
No,
Yep.
no, 2 stacks full stop. So
Right.
if we take into account, do you want to build up a barrier or do you want to dig down a barrier
Okay.
around the front of our base here?
Right.
And I think if you dig down a barrier, then you're gathering dust and getting your barrier,
Exactly. Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of us could be doing that while the other one seals up the pyrotheum and submits quests.
Right. Yep.
What are your thoughts?
Sounds good. I mean, we both have to get the first one done so we get our camel packs. But after that,
That's true.
if I'm not mistaken, as I'm playing through, I believe that the 4 bottles should be enough to last you the 24 hours.
Okay.
Or in a Minecraft game. I mean,
A full day. Yeah,
full day, 20 minutes or whatever of game time. So,
Yep. Okay.
so that's another design thing. So, for instance, me figuring that out was how much water did I have to produce each day to keep myself hydrated.
Well,
you
if
know,
I'm
Of course,
Yeah,
the more
I'm just
work you
about-
do, the more the more you're going
And
to
the hotter
sweat.
you get.
But
Yeah, the hotter
on
you get
average,
also.
on
Yeah.
average, it was about 4 bottles a day I was going through.
So here's a question for you.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm above. My white dot for temperature is in the green, but
Yes.
my black dot's like the ambient temperature is in the yellow,
Yes.
right? During
Yes.
the day and down in the green at night. So how do we maintain a cooler daytime temperature? Is
Okay.
there a way we can do that?
There are ways. One of the ways, of course, is through armors. The armors act differently in here. The other is
Right.
to reduce the amount of heat sources around you. So, for instance, this furnace that I just placed over here in this corner,
Yeah,
once
this
that thing starts going, you're actually going to start getting into the orange if you stand near it.
Okay.
The other thing is if you have a heat source on your action bar and put it in your hand, it'll increase your heat. Those lights that you see above you, you see the little road blocks with the lights, those provide different levels of heat. Versus if you were in the dark, of course, if you're in the dark, something could spawn near you.
Are these okay?
So those actually cause heat.
Okay.
So it's really something where.
But is that a priority? Let's talk about priorities there. Is it a priority?
I think not. The priority right
Not at the
now
start? Okay.
is, of course, to get some water. And of course, what we didn't run into, like I'm looking at my bar right now. I can still see my bars. I was at half health. How much food did we actually have?
Yeah.
Right. So that would have been our next emergency, right? So.
Is food. Okay.
Yeah. So right now, I think the first is to seal pyrotheum up, get some quests. We'll obviously get our water packs first. Seal the pyrotheum up. Provide some type of a, even if it's just a 1 block high initial barrier around the space that we want to call ours, and then planting trees and collecting dust. That's the goal for the first 10 minutes before we lock ourselves in for the night.
Okay.